Yes, ladies and gentlemen. Now this one, TNT Sports, you've niced us, man. I'm sitting here, before I introduce the top man on my right-hand side, I'm sitting here with Joey Knight, big Chelsea fan. We were talking on your show the other day and you were like, God, you would love to talk to Joe Cole. Like, you weren't dropping hints, we were generally talking, right? Talking about how great he is. And I thought, oh, you know what, we've actually done something with him on Bible 5. You know, really good interviews, check it out. And then I get a call from TNT. They're like, listen, Mr. Joe Cole is available to speak. I said, what the heck? There's only one man to call. So I bought through my friend, Joey Knight. He's doing really well. You're one of his heroes.
Absolute pleasure.
And Merry Christmas.
Nice to meet you.
Merry
nice
Christmas.
to meet you very much.
Just call me the plug, man. Okay, cool. So look, you know what? It's only fair that this is practically...
I'm taking over.
I'm going to be the wingman.
Take the mic.
Yeah.
So, as he says, I'm a very unashamed Joe Cole fan. You give me a lot of good memories, man, growing up, a lot of my childhood. Like, I think, for me, when I was watching you play, there was sort of a little bit of a hole left after Zola. And the comparisons are quite easily made. A player that's, you know, really obviously good on the ball. And a player that maybe in today's game is a little bit of a dying breed. And it made me think about this season's Champions League, because I think the obvious option would always be the champions in Manchester City. But if you could play for any team in this season's Champions League, who would it be?
Like, what, excluding Man City or including Man City?
Including Man City.
Including Man City.
The only reason I say that is because we look at like some of the flair players, some of the players that are really players you would associate with expressing themselves in their game under Pep Guardiola. They become winners, but sometimes a little bit of that side of their game goes.
What's the fun team to play? What's the most fun team to play in the Champions League? Like
fun.
It's fun winning. Like so, like
that's what I was gonna say. It's got to
be. So I would say Man City, but if you're gonna go for a little an outside one, I did Barcelona the other day under Xavi. I watched them. Like they ain't got the power they used to have. But he's got them playing. You know, what, like
the Barca way?
Yeah, the Barca way. But there was a little bit more. It was a little bit more to it, I thought, because he's got and there was no Lewandowski in the game I did. So there were loads of young players, and they had that energy. I thought, I know they lost the derby to Real Madrid in the last minute, but I've always had a thing for Barcelona. I think they see the Man City way of playing. They birthed that. Like, we played them here at Stamford Bridge. We seem to play them every year for about 4 or 5 years, and the way that they play football just opened my eyes up. You know, and I always wanted to play in that system, and it wasn't until I went to Lille. We had a Spanish manager, French Spanish manager called Rudy Garcia, and he's now at Napoli, and he taught me how to play that way. Do you know what I mean? It was like, and I was like, you know, fullbacks high, rotating in midfield, and like just. Honestly, it was so much fun. It was good. English football weren't set up for it, but Swansea were the first team that tried it, which is mad. You know what I mean? And then they did well, didn't they? They punched well above their weight.
2-3 seasons.
And then the rules started changing, so then it was becoming easier to play through the lines because no one could smash her. And then all of a sudden now, everyone tries to do it to varying successes, but the Barcelona way was that team I'd like to play for them. Do
you reckon you could have at the time? I know it was
in Barca.
obviously I'm not even going to say could you have played ahead of Ronaldinho. I'm not saying that, but
I could have. 100%. I could have played there. I would have thrived in that environment because it would have naturally brought out all of the things that I was naturally good at and hid the stuff that. Do you know what I mean? That I weren't good at as much. So like it would have been that's why I loved it, because I had a sense that I would have thrived under it. But Ronaldinho was playing off the left. But I think I could have played ahead of Junior. No disrespect, he was a player, but he was a player. It was like, you know, I'd have got in there at some point. You know, little in the midfield free.
Maybe.
I could have done that. Not a problem.
Not a problem.
Spoke about Barcelona there. One thing that still sort of gives me nightmares is that ghost goal against Liverpool. And obviously that was the season. Am I right to say you started every single match in that Champions League knockout stage run?
Maybe done,
Definitely the 4-2 against Barcelona. Obviously then we had the game against Bayern Munich. Some really, really good memories. And actually going through that competition, beating a lot of the big boys early on, beating Bayern Munich, beating Barcelona and knocking them out. And that was a Barcelona side that
was the best
were unbeatable.
Yeah.
Do you think that that's a chance massively missed to have not won the Champions League in that season?
Yeah, I mean, them 3 years when we won the titles back to back and all the trophies and got to the semi-finals, we were certainly if we weren't the best team in Europe, we were the second best team in Europe. Do you know what I mean? We won the Premier League by 10, 15 points comfortably. But when you have moments in games, that's knockout football. That's why we love it so much. And we got beat by a Liverpool team that we beat 3 times in that season. In the League Cup final, twice in the league. They was a good side, but they weren't top.
Yeah.
But on the night, they just had it. And unfortunately for Chelsea in that period of time, we could have won the Champions League 2 or 3 times. Like we were, effective with a bit of rubber green, but wasn't meant to be.
That Ronaldinho goal.
Yeah.
Did it take you a second to realise it had gone in?
Yeah,
because it did me.
Yeah, it was like one of them moments in football where when he's just hit it, it's like he put the stadium on pause.
Yeah.
Everyone was looking at each other. What's going on there? Because it come out of the blue. We was in the ascendancy. Was 3-0 up. Or was it 3-1?
I think it was 3-1 at the time.
It might have been 3-1. But I'm thinking we're going to go and put 4 or 5 past these. They can't live with us. And then he just done that, and it was just like, wow. Because he had no space to operate, and the toe punt, he put a bit of spin on it as well. That's why he was the best.
Yeah. I've got 2 questions here that I want to ask. If you're looking at 5-a-side teams, right? They're going to love this on socials, by the way. If you were to put together your 5-a-side team right now, no goalkeeper, current players, who are you going for currently?
Oh, yeah, good question. What do you mean no goalkeeper? Like just 5 players,
just 5
ballers. Yeah. I'll probably go with 1 defender and 4 attacking players. It'd have to be a good one-on-one defender and good on the ball. That's a real tough one. Do you know what? I think I'd have to go for Van Dijk. I still think Van Dijk's the man. I think he's and I think he'll come back as well. I think there's a little he had a little wobble, didn't he? He had a bit of bad injury. I'll go Van Dijk. I will go Bernardo Silva.
He's just wizardry.
Yeah, Bernardo Silva. Jude Bellingham. He has to be in there. I still go Messi.
Really?
Yeah, I still go Messi. I mean, I can't just because I just like to see what he does before. I'd be like, I don't know, get him his cup of tea or something, or get him. I'd like to see Messi.
Go
on. Mbappe.
It has to be.
And 1 more, Haaland.
Yeah.
Oh.
You can't go wrong.
No one's beating that team.
Nah. Van Dijk just dealing with it at the back, giving it to Silva, and then the rest of them just going and causing carnage.
Would you, before I go on to the next bit, would you have, do you reckon he should have won the Ballon d'Or?
Who, Haaland?
Over Messi?
Mate, it's like, I love the fact that they give it to Messi because I covered Argentina at the World Cup and they shouldn't, it was like the footballing world made everything right that he lifted the trophy. Do you know what I mean? And he drove that team on. It could. I watched the game against, I think it was Mexico. Might be in the group stage. I've done the first game they got beat by Saudi Arabia, and the next game. And first, I was with Gary Neville in the studio, and at half time, he was walking I'm thinking urgency. You could. This is your last chance. So the composure, but he was prowling. And Gary was going mad. Gary was like, he's not moving. You can't. He was like, I'm like, don't dive in. Something's going to happen here. And he was like an animal prowling, picking up positions, and then just went bang, and then smashed it in the bottom corner. And then from that moment on, I said in my head, I thought, they're going to win this World Cup.
Wow.
And then I watched every game, and the Argentinian fans were there. I've never seen emotion like it, for every game. Them and the Mexican fans were the best. But the Argentine, and I was like, yeah. And I just watch him at 35 or 36, wherever he is, deliver that. That's every bit as good as what Maradona did in '86.
Yeah.
So I think that has to be acknowledged on the world stage. you know. And I know, couple that, he won the league in France and went over to America and smashed it and all that. So, but just that in itself, he needs to be the Ballon d'Or winner. And Erling will win them, but you wait, your time will come.
I disagree.
Yeah.
But
I've sold it to you, haven't I?
No, that was good. It was better than what I thought.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like,
exactly.
it was better than what I thought. But go on, Joe.
Joe, you were brought in by Ranieri. Obviously, that summer was crazy, wasn't it? We signed a lot of players. I think it was like 17 first-team arrivals. You were brought in with Glenn Johnson, weren't you, in that same...
Yeah, Jono was brought in before me.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, it was insane. It's insane. I don't think it's been documented properly, like how mad at time it was for English football, because it was like you had Manchester United and Liverpool, the old clubs, you know, and the thing is with Manchester United and Liverpool, you know, they talk about history. Liverpool were the best club and they were buying the best players. Like, there is a common thing. Like, Manchester United have always had money, they've always bought players. They're the two richest clubs, so they win the most, right? Economics. Then this guy come in at Chelsea.
You've got Arsenal, mate.
You know, you've never been really there.
Snuck in for, come on.
You snuck in. You've popped your head up the water for a couple of years here and there over the years. You're just below.
3 Premier League titles. We're the Premier League era.
Okay. But you ain't Manchester United, Liverpool. Like, in the sense of, like, you've never won a European Cup.
Well, not yet. We're working on that.
You can't, you know, like, you've got to be truthful, right?
Okay,
I love what you're doing at Arsenal.
Yeah.
I love what you're doing, right? But you can't step to Manchester United, Liverpool, or Chelsea because you've got no European proper silverware. Like, I'm serious. Like, we've got to take the screen. Social media can say what you want. But that's facts, right? Okay. Right. Now we put that to bed. Right. Now we put that to bed, right?
Good man.
We could talk about Spurs, but it's another thing. They're way down there. We put it. So anyway, he's come in and he's took this team, Chelsea, and he's gone, right, we're going to compete with you. And he was just like, right, the money was coming in, the players were coming in. And listen, we've seen teams try and do that and go really south. Yeah. You know, so it's not just, people go, oh, you bought it, you bought it. Trust me, you need to go, money, who's ever seen a pound note score a goal? The players have to do it, the manager has to do it. You know, we've seen so many clubs trip over themselves trying to buy themselves success. Don't disregard everything that happened at Chelsea after that. Yeah. But that summer when he came in and was spending money left, right and centre, such an exciting time for English football.
Do you think it's underrated, the job he did at Chelsea, because of the fact that Mourinho obviously came in after that and won the titles?
Yeah, Claudio's arguably achieved one of the most remarkable things in football over the last 25 years. So what he's done is remarkable. Managed that. So he's a top manager, Claudio.
And he set up that club as well, because don't forget, after him, they were able to go win. Do you know what I mean? Community Shield. They got
FA Cup.
FA Cup as well.
Yeah, they got FA Cup.
Mate, if you're Jamie Vardy, that is a career in a hot life. I'm happy. Yeah. You know?
Yeah.
And that's down to
Leicester now. Listen, Claudio, top manager. Top manager.
We spoke about Jamie Vardy there, talking about players that may not have come through the sort of big six academies and whatnot, worked their way up. Not all that many people know this. You spent some time playing with James Maddison at Coventry, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
What did you see anything? Because obviously the easy comparison for me to make is, I know you obviously played with young Eden Hazard, played a role in bringing him to Chelsea. And with Eden Hazard, you could probably see from a very early age what sort of player he was going to go on to be. Did you ever see that with James Maddison?
Yeah, definitely. And he was, he's a great lad, by the way. I don't know if he's done any work with him, but he's like, his personality. I've been banging the drum for him to play for England, right? Not just because of his quality, because of his personality, mindset. When you play for England, it's the ultimate pressure for English players because of the situation. Every time you pull on an England shirt, you need to be brave more than anything. You want a brave player, and not someone who's crashing into tackles, someone who's going to get the ball, take responsibility. And James Maddison is elite at that. He don't care. So I've been banging the drum for him, but it's funny. Like when my career was tailing down, you know what I mean? I Raheem Sterling at Liverpool. He was 17. Jack Grealish at Villa. Eden Hazard, James Maddison. It was like I was passing through these clubs and I was on my way down and I was seeing these great young talents of the next generation. And I'd like to think, you know, I had some kind of, positive impact on them. They're great in their own rights, and they've all gone on to be high achievers. But to answer your question, I know a player, right? So as soon as I clapped eyes on all 4 of them, I knew from day one they'll be top players. You don't need a scouting network. Just give me a couple of sessions with the players. I'll tell them.
Final question today, Joe. I love my 5-a-sides. Your 5-a-side.
Yeah.
The ones you've played with.
Yeah.
No goalkeeper.
Yeah.
Who are you picking? Because I know this can change sometimes. You know, one day you might be feeling like this.
Yeah, no, it does change. But on today, the non-negotiables, I'd go. Do you know what? He's going to be buzzing with this.
Go on.
Rio will be in there as the defender.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
He'll have a smile there.
Ahead of JT?
On the smaller pitches, where you're a little bit more, Rio was just a little bit more athletic.
Really?
I'm not getting into that who's better, JT or Rio and all that, because they're both geniuses. But on a 5-a-side pitch, Rio, I'd go with Rio just because he's got a little bit more athleticism, because you've got to be sharp. It's all milliseconds.
He's going to love it.
He's going to love it. Eden Hazard, he'll be in there. Luis Suarez. Luis Suarez will be in there.
Ridiculously good.
Mate, what I see him to do to people on the indoor
training
at Melwood. He was so good. Scholesy.
Yeah.
5-a-side we're talking. Scholesy was unreal.
My heart, man. What?
Robben.
Yeah.
Arjun Robben.
Oh, man.
So Robben, Hazard, Scholesy, Suarez, Rio, that's 5, isn't it?
Need an attacker.
Need an attacker.
Rooney. Yeah. Ahead of Big Drog.
Yeah, listen.
The
5-a-side, different. He's in my team. If I need to win a game of football, all right, and you've given me you're saying to me you're a team that's 10th in the league, and you've got to win one game of football to save your life. Take any player you've played with to win you that game. You don't know what you got round you. It's all average. Dropper.
Yeah. Record speaks for itself.
Yeah. But
you're talking 5-a-side, Wazza,
yes,
all day long.
Yeah, street football.
Joel, Triple J today, isn't it? Thank you very much for your time, man. It was really good to have you.
Enjoyed that.
Thank you very much, mate.
Pleasure.
Appreciate
Nice to meet you.
Good to meet you. Thanks, mate.
I'm only joking.
I'm like one of these Make-A-Wish ones.
I'm joking. TNT Sports, thank you very much for having us. We'll all be back soon. Peace.